Wait, Mineta? You know, I think Horikoshi likes to live vicariously through Mineta. I think that's all that needs to be said about Mineta from this chapter. But okay, Horikoshi, you utter G. I love the way that you do Boku no Hero because like the comedy is just top notch. That's what. Okay, first of all, I don't know what's more funnier. Deku might or Tintin's reaction. Because obviously Tintin's coming in and in Tintin's like to Deku, you gotta make him laugh, you gotta make him smile. And then Deku's just like, whoa, what am I gonna do? And obviously we know Deku, like Deku, he's not the funniest guy, he doesn't make jokes. So Deku's coming in wondering and he puts on his All Might face like it's something that can be done in the Boku no Hero universe. It's just like, okay, the All Might face, you know, let me just put my eyebrows in a certain flex, all that kind of stuff, and put a massive smile on my face. Pretty much what Deku does, and then literally Tintin's face, Tintin's just like that. His reaction makes me die. It's so funny because Tintin's just like, what are you doing? And then obviously, Sir Nighteye, he's just like, are you making fun of All Might? And Deku's still standing there doing the face. Like, I don't know what's going through Deku's head right now. I'm thinking, this is how I'm assuming Deku's just like, okay, let me just stick for it, let me just continue. So, yeah, this chapter was hilarious. I really did. I was like laughing when I first read it. This would have been an awesome chapter for like a live reaction. Because it was just from Vanessa to obviously Nighteye. This is weird. Okay, Nighteye, he loves humor. But you know, that tickle machine's a little bit odd, I'm not gonna lie. But it seems like every pro hero's odd in the Boku no Hero universe. But so yeah, from Mineta to Nighteye to Deku Might, and to what, like Kaminari as well, Kaminari and Ojiro. I love how Kaminari's kinda like messing around with Ojiro's tail. If you didn't notice it actually, I think it's like 2 or 3 chapters ago, Kaminari tried to do the same thing, but I think he kept missing or something. Like he tried to like play around with Ojiro's tail, but I don't know if Ojiro was like moving or something like that. But I think he just didn't do it. And then obviously we see in this chapter that he's just playing around with it whilst he's learning. He's just like, yes, sir, okay, I understand. Whilst he's continually just like playing around with it. So I found that kind of cute. But I really did love this chapter. This chapter was necessary from the savagery which happened last week, the utter hype, which was just like, that came out of nowhere. So I really did enjoy this chapter, I really did. What I do love about it is how everything's kind of tying together, but I'll get to that in a second. So, how is it going on, people? Shinigami-san here to do a review on Boku no Hero Academia, chapter 126. Now, 3 minutes in and I'm just introducing myself now, awesome. Okay, so Deku, man, this is what I liked about the chapter. From the get-go, it introduced something quite important, and it made me think a lot about what the school's kind of doing. So Eraserhead, he says something about how our restrictions of the boarding school maybe not make you into strong heroes, and it got me thinking, because bear in mind, ever since the villain attack, the principal's just like, okay, let's put in a boarding school, let's let them stay in the ground so we can protect them more. And it made me think, is all of this defense, all of this protection, pampering the students too much? Are they being protected too much from the outside world so that when they actually do get into there, it's going to be like a real shock of reality? I'm not sure, but I thought that was kind of interesting to address, because the way that they were posing it was that it seems like they're just always under the pro hero's wing right now, so they're always in protection. Maybe they kind of need that experience, maybe they need that vulnerability to help them grow, possibly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about that. But I did love this, and we got a little bit more about Muriel Togata, and it went back to the flashback in, what was it, 122, 23, something like that, when the principal first said, there shall be someone worthy of a successor in this school, something like that to All Might. And we found out basically Muriel Togata, he's not the smartest of people. His grades are definitely not the highest. His results, his marks, they ain't the best, but he has a presence, and this presence, there's always laughter around him, and and I really did like that, because it shows you that you don't have to be the best to be. not necessarily. Yeah, you don't have to be the best to be noticed. It shows you that he had other skills, and especially for the #1 hero, you can't get top marks. Can't just be it. Yeah, you need to have that persona. You know, All Might came in with a smile. His favorite phrase: "Have no fear, for I am here." You know, that thing. You kind of had to have the whole persona of the smile. You had to have it down. So I really did like that. Characterization of Mirio. To be honest, I'm loving Mirio Taga's character because his character is the embodiment of hard work. He literally is. It's the embodiment of, you know, hard work truly does pay off, because he's not the smartest, he's not the best, he's not the strongest, but he's making the best out of what he has. He's like the first one in the room and the last one out. You kind of get what I mean. So like, he's the hardest worker in the room, and it definitely paid off. So I really did love that characterization on Mirio, and I kind of loved I just loved the interaction between Mirio, Deku, and All Might. I love the way Deku calls him Senpai. I know he's obviously a little bit older than him, but it's just so cute as well, because like there's All Might there as well, and it's just like the two, you know, one could have been the successor and the successor now, so it's pretty awesome. You know what, I would have loved it if Mirio knew. I would have liked to see how Horikoshi could have, you know, delved into that, how Horikoshi could have covered that. I think it would be awesome if Deku found out that Mirio did know. Like, maybe All Might's with them one day, All Might's with Deku one day, and he's just like, he would have been the successor if it weren't for you, kind of thing. So it'll kind of put everything into perspective for Deku being like, okay, I need to be grateful for this quirk that I've been bestowed on, I need to work my hardest, blah blah blah. Something like that, that would have been pretty awesome. But I think definitely the thing to go away from this chapter was definitely the interactions. It was such a chill chapter in comparison. I think I've said it before, but I haven't said it in a while. But wait, let me take it easy. These are the kind of chapters in Boku no Hero that I love. These are the kind of chapters when it's, you know, like the humor and the interaction, when it's just like the funniness between people. For example, yeah, Mineta. But stuff like, what was it? I love how just the small nuances. For example, when we saw Kaminari when he first wakes up and his hair's not in like a massive static frizz kind of thing. Or, you know, when Deku's running through in the morning and he's kind of got full cowl on. Stuff like that was just amazing. It just really brings life to the characters. And what is Kirishima and Tokiyami doing? They were just like, Kirishima was just like, oh sorry bro, we've got something on. And I'm like, wait, what you got on? Like, what are you guys doing? You training together or something? Like, I love how Horikoshi does these little things and we never find out what it is. So, yeah, we actually find out who Sir is called. His name is Nighteye. The reason why All Might's not letting Deku see him is because they've broken up, pretty much. We don't know the reason, so we don't know the reason behind this whole breakup thing, but I am kind of intrigued. I just love how it was because it was so funny. Like, that's basically the only reason. All Might's just like shy, pretty much. All Might's kind of shy of seeing his sidekick, but it goes deeper than that. Nighteye warned All Might of what was going to happen if he went down the same path, so I'm assuming Nighteye warned All Might of, like, if you continue to go down this route, you'll lose your powers more shorter than you realized. You anticipated something like that, maybe so, and maybe the fact of All Might actually going with it was the thing which caused the breakup, caused the breakup of their alliance or something like that. But it looks like Nighteye, he seems very successful because he's now a pro of his own. He's got his own sidekick. It seems like he's got his own agency. If he's obviously because Eraserhead says how we're only allowing pros who have got good track records, agencies that have good track records. So obviously, Nighteye is one of them. So I'm kind of hyped about that. I like Nightaye's sidekick, and little information about Nighteye's sidekick, Sir Nighteye, you could call him. This sidekick is a fan submission, actually. So that is pretty cool to see how Horikoshi's doing it. It really reminds me of Toriko, because Toriko the mangaka, Mr. Toshi, used to do a lot of fan art submissions for like his animals and the ingredients, all that kind of stuff. And I thought it was pretty cool how you're bringing in your fans into the series, you know, like making them have an impact on it. And Horikoshi seems to be doing the same thing, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, not much actually did really happen in this chapter other than the interactions and all that kind of thing. Obviously, we find out Deku's goal, and I kind of want to ask you a question because Deku says I think Deku said he wants to be the best hero he can be, or something, there is, or something like that. And Tintin's just like, yeah, your objective's a little bit shady, it's a little bit razzled, you could say, but yeah, go for it. So, do you think what? Do you think Deku's he's dreaming too big? He's dreaming too high? I'm not sure. Maybe he's just not specific enough. We'll have to see in the later chapters to come. Now, yeah, this chapter was awesome, but think about it, everything's all tied. And when I mean everything's all tied, we get a little bit more about it, and I really love what Horikoshi is doing right now. Think about it. Sir Nighteye is investigating Overhaul. He's investigating Overhaul's crew. Overhaul had a little cuffle with the Villain Alliance, but now there's the whole thing about Overhaul asking them to join his forces. So, Sir is investigating. Sir is, monitoring the Villain Alliance and Overhaul. These are the characters which are basically future rivals for Deku on Class 1A. So all I'm saying is Deku's gonna be obviously Nighteye's other intern. And I think there's gonna be a war coming out, and Nighteye's gonna be going into the front lines with Deku and Mirio and all that kind of stuff, and I think that's going to be amazing. Well, that's something that I think would be cool to see. But, yeah, guys, please let me know your thoughts comment below. What do you think about this chapter? Do you like all the interactions between the characters? Mineta, like, come on. I can't even say anything more about Mineta, honestly. What are your thoughts? We saw a little bit about Bakugo and Todoroki. Bakugo's off house arrest now, but they're doing obviously the catching up license exam lessons thing. That's pretty cool, and I like how Horikoshi's juggling that, how they're still going through that, because obviously they failed, so they need to catch up. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, comment below what you thought about this chapter. I'm Sam, and I'll see you next week for that greatness that is 127 Boku no Hero Academia, and subscribe for weekly reviews of Boku no Hero. If you like anything I say, please drop a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's continue the discussion down below. See you guys, peace out.